66 million years ago, our planet faced a crucible. A colossal asteroid, a wanderer from the dark expanse of space, was set on a collision course. But imagine for a moment a different trajectory. Imagine the asteroid by some cosmic chance missing its mark. The Cretaceous period would not have ended. The reign of the dinosaurs, magnificent and terrible, would have simply continued. This is that world. A world where the thunder lizards still roam. The implications are almost too vast to comprehend. The delicate chain of events that led to our own emergence would be irrevocably altered. The great dying, the sudden emptiness that allowed mammals to flourish, would never have occurred. Instead, the Mesozoic era, the age of reptiles, would have stretched on unbroken. Imagine stepping into this unbroken Mesozoic. The air is thick, warm and humid, heavy with the scent of damp earth and exotic, oversized flora. Giant tree ferns, cycads and towering conifers dominate the landscapes. These are not the forests we know. They are patrolled by creatures of immense size and power. The ground trembles from the footfalls of a herd of hadrosaurs, each as large as a modern bus. Above, the skies are not empty. Pterosaurs with leathery wings spanning incredible widths soar on thermal currents. The sheer diversity of these flying reptiles would be breathtaking. They fill niches that in our world were eventually claimed by birds. The sounds of this world are a symphony of the primeval. The rustling of colossal bodies through dense undergrowth, the distant, terrifying roar of a large theropod. In a world where the dinosaurs never vanished, the Earth's climate would likely have remained significantly warmer. The late Cretaceous was already a greenhouse world with higher concentrations of carbon dioxide. Without the cataclysmic impact, these conditions might have persisted. Continued volcanic activity would have maintained this warm, moist climate. Polar ice caps might never have fully formed. This sustained warmth would have profound effects on global vegetation. Immense tropical and subtropical biomes would dominate. Lush rainforests could stretch from the equator far towards the poles. The very air would feel different, thicker, more laden with moisture. The dinosaurs themselves would contribute to this climatic state. Herds of sauropods, each consuming tons of vegetation daily, would act as living, breathing bioreactors. Their presence ensures a different kind of ecological balance. The very face of the Earth would be continuously sculpted by its gigantic inhabitants. Imagine herds of titanosaurs, each weighing many tens of tons, migrating across continents. Their passage would be like that of living bulldozers. Forests would be carved open, creating vast clearings. Their immense weight would compact soil, changing its structure. Rivers might be diverted by their displaced earth. The constant grazing pressure from countless herbivores would dictate the types of plant communities. Plants would need to be fast-growing, resilient, or heavily defended. The landscape would be a testament to this ongoing battle. Even the predators would shape the land. The presence of these apex predators would ripple through the ecosystem. The Earth's surface is constantly being molded by the lives and deaths of its colossal inhabitants. In such a world, the evolutionary path of primates would be profoundly altered. The Cenozoic era, our age of mammals, was born from the ashes of the dinosaurs' demise. With no such ashes, mammals would likely have remained in the shadows, small, nocturnal, perhaps arboreal creatures scurrying beneath the notice of the reptilian giants. The ecological niches that allowed primates to diversify might never have opened up. The world would be too dangerous, too dominated. Consider the immense predatory pressure. For a small, relatively defenseless primate, the Mesozoic world would be a landscape of constant, terrifying threat. Survival would demand extreme caution. The development of bipedalism seems highly unlikely. The safety of the trees, or perhaps subterranean burrows, would be paramount. Humanity, as we know it, is a child of their absence. If, against all odds, a species resembling early humans did manage to eke out an existence, their entire psychological makeup would be forged in a crucible of fear. Imagine a world where the apex predators are not lions or bears, but tyrannosaurs. Every venture for food, for water, would be a life-or-death gamble. The constant, pervasive threat would shape their minds, their cultures, their very perception of reality. Fear would not be an occasional emotion, it would be the baseline state of existence. Social structures would be vastly different. Large, settled communities would be unthinkable. Such concentrations of prey would be an irresistible beacon for any large carnivore. Instead, one might expect small, highly mobile family groups. The development of technology would be severely hampered. Progress would be slow if it occurred at all. Life would be a desperate moment-to-moment struggle. The biodiversity of a dinosaur-dominated Earth would be a spectacle of unimaginable richness. With dinosaurs occupying so many terrestrial megafauna niches, mammal diversification would have followed a vastly different course. Instead of the great herds of ungulates, mammals would likely have remained smaller, more specialized. Perhaps radiations of burrowing mammals, nocturnal insectivores, or gliding arboreal forms would have occurred. The skies, too, would present a different picture. While birds would undoubtedly exist, their diversity and dominance might be curtailed by the continued presence of pterosaurs. These flying reptiles would continue to rule the airways. The competition between these two groups of flying vertebrates would be an ongoing evolutionary drama. In the oceans, the great marine reptiles would continue their reign as apex predators. This would have profound implications for the evolution of other marine life. The entire web of life would be intricately woven around the central fact of dinosaurian supremacy. It would be a vibrant, complex, and utterly alien biological tapestry. The ecosystems of this enduring Mesozoic world would be arenas of constant, high-stakes drama. Picture vast, fern-covered plains stretching to the horizon. Here, immense herds of duck-billed Edmontosaurus, thousands strong, move like a slow river of flesh. They are ever vigilant, their heads rising and falling as they scan for danger. For on the periphery, often unseen, lurks the shadow of death. A lone Tyrannosaurus rex, a predator of unimaginable power, patiently observes. In the dense, humid jungles, a different kind of hunt unfolds. Smaller, agile raptors move with silent grace through the undergrowth. They hunt in coordinated packs, their intelligence a formidable weapon. Every encounter is a blur of speed, ferocity, and desperate evasion. The forest floor becomes the stage for countless life-and-death struggles. This unending struggle is the very engine of evolution in this world. To contemplate a world where dinosaurs never relinquish their throne is to gaze into an abyss of profound alteration. Our planet, familiar yet rendered utterly alien, would pulse with a primal energy. The air itself would seem to vibrate with their presence. It is a vision of breathtaking majesty, of nature on a scale that dwarfs our everyday experience. Yet, for a species like our own, it would be a world of unimaginable peril. The very notion of human dominance would be a fragile dream. Our evolutionary journey would be one of stealth and fear. The psychological impact of sharing a planet with such awe-inspiring creatures would shape our very essence. We would be a footnote, not the authors of the planet's story. This alternate Earth serves as a stark reminder of the contingency of our own existence. Without that asteroid, the story of life on Earth would have a different protagonist. It is a world of terrible beauty, a world of perpetual struggle, a world where humanity would forever be looking over its shoulder.